Champion Select is simply the ability to pick your role, okay? Dynamic queue is the ability to play ranked with 3 or more people, okay? There are 2 separate things. This Champion Select is something that we as the community have asked for a very long time. I love the new Champion Select compared to the old one. The cost of getting your role more often and not having people say mid or feed during Champion Select is longer queue times. Now, the solution that Riot has come up to fix queue times is terrible. Autofill is a horrible idea. It basically takes the worst of both worlds. If you've been waiting in queue for longer than, say, 5 minutes, it'll basically just stick you in support. It's like, go play support, you're not waiting any longer. I don't like waiting on average 10 minutes to play a game, okay? But I would much rather wait that 10 minutes and get my role than waiting 3 minutes and getting a role that I don't want. This autofill garbage is not the solution to fix these queue times, okay? You're just going to make people dodge when they don't get their role, and then queue times are just going to end up being even longer than they are right now. What they need to do is they need to fix their Champion Select. I used to love playing support. I was a support taught me, and I didn't mind playing support, and I fairly enjoyed it. But because of the new Champion Select, I can't play support anymore. There is no such thing as a secondary support main. If you pick support as secondary, that is your role. If you put support anywhere, that is going to be your role. What they need to do is they need to increase the number of support players. Autofill does not create more players who want to support, it just forces people to support. So, autofill is not going to fix anything. I don't really think it's going to stick around for more than a patch or 2. I think autofill is just going to be on another list of Riot's many fuck-ups this month. But the reason that queue times are so long is not because of dynamic queue. It is mainly because of the Champion Select. Okay, now let's actually talk about dynamic queue. So, at the beginning of the season, Riot introduced dynamic queue, and a lot of people, immediately people said, this is a horrible idea, why are you doing this, Riot, this is going to be awful, right? And Riot said, just try it out. It's the preseason, you guys, it's just the preseason. You got nothing to lose, we're just testing new ideas out, and we're just seeing how it goes, right? Once the actual season starts, we'll give you your solo queue back, okay? We just want to see how good or bad dynamic queue really is. So, if the community, okay, fine. Fast forward, after a month the season starts, we still don't get solo queue. 2 months, still no solo queue. And then as the time goes on, it becomes more and more apparent that solo queue is probably not coming back. This should not really be a shock to people. I don't really understand why so many people are surprised that solo queue is not coming back. It's like Dad left to go get cigarettes 6 months ago. He's not going to fucking come back. Personally, I don't really understand why people are really that mad for Riot lying to you. Like, Riot is a company, right? Companies are going to lie to you. Any company that has a PR team is going to lie. The PR team, their job is to lie to you. PR stands for pissing on reality, because they don't want you to know what's going on. That's their job. I don't get mad at people for doing their job. That's like, that's like getting mad that a parent would lie about their child, right? Dynamic queue is basically Riot's child. It's basically its baby. It'll see what it wants to see. Did you hear that dynamic queue got straight A's in non-toxicity? Now, the main reason people hate dynamic queue is very simple. They say that dynamic queue does not provide a competitive experience. Dynamic queue has removed competitiveness from the ladder. Your rank no longer means anything. Now, like I just said, I don't trust Riot. I don't trust the numbers they give out, because theoretically they could put out whatever the fuck they want. I don't really know if anything they've said to us is really true. But the one thing I do know is that the ladder is still competitive. Your rank still does mean something. I don't look at Riot's numbers. I don't look at my own performance even. I simply look at who has been thriving in this environment. I look at who does well in this dynamic queue system. This is the current top 15 players in North America right now. The players that are circled in blue are solo or duo queue players. The players that are circled in red are dynamic queue players, meaning 3 or more in a party. The black players that I've circled are ELO horrors, which basically they don't play. They get to the top 10 and they play 1 game a week, and they hoard their ELO. They're whores. They're hoarders. But if you look at this list, 8 players are dynamic queue players, and 5 players are solo queue players. And the number 1 seed is held by a solo queue player. So this is what I look at to know that the ladder is still competitive. Yes, it is obvious that it is easier to climb if you're dynamic queuing, but this does not mean that solo queuers cannot climb. Now, some of you might say, "Oh, but Batong, this is the NA ladder. This North America is basically a wildcard region with good memes. That's nothing, right?" Okay, sure. If you go to EU, if you go to Korea, in the top challenger ladders, it is more heavily populated with dynamic queue players. There are still solo queue players, but it is more dominated by dynamic queue players. But there are still plenty of examples of solo queue players doing really well. For one, North America's own Keith McBrief. He is currently in the top 20 spots in the Korean Challenger ladder, and he has played mostly solo queue. So if a North American solo queue player can still rise up in the ranks in the Korean dynamic queue ladder, what excuse do other people have? Dynamic queue at this point has become another version of people saying, "I'm in ELO hell." Now what about matchmaking? You hear a lot about how bad matchmaking is in the higher ELOs. Matchmaking in the current high ELO system is completely fucked up. I don't think anyone is denying this. But the problem is mainly limited to players in Diamond 2 and up, which accounts for about 0.25% of the player base. Frankly, Dynamic Queue cannot exist at high ELOs. It just can't, okay? Dynamic Queue in its entirety is designed for casual players. It is designed so that people can play with their friends. That is what it's designed for. It's not designed for nurturing competitiveness. If 3 challenger players queue up together, I don't give a fuck really who you put on their team. Usually, they're just going to go up against Master Tier players and higher Diamond players, alright? And usually, they're just going to win. But the problem of matchmaking is limited to the higher ELOs. The reason that high ELO matchmaking is so fucked up is because, you know, in the high ELOs, where it's Diamond 2 and up, there's only about 5,000 people playing in these ELOs. Dynamic queue can simply not exist at competitive levels. Now, it is obviously easier to climb in a dynamic queue, in a 3-man, 4-man queue, than it is to play by yourself, okay? Riot admits that, the ladder shows that. So a lot of people will say, I don't feel like my rank means anything because there are all these other people who have gotten boosted because of dynamic queue. And yes, it is absolutely the case. I know plenty of people who absolutely do not belong in the rank they are currently in. However, there is always going to be a cap to how much they're going to get boosted. Now, let's say that a silver player plays with a bunch of his gold friends and they dynamically boost him into gold. Now, that silver player obviously doesn't belong there, alright? And if you're a gold player who climbed there yourself, you might think, oh, this is bullshit. Wow, he's gold as well. Well, why am I doing this, right? Now, on one hand, you might feel offended that Riot is trying to cheat your achievement. I worked very hard to get into Diamond, and I know plenty of people who have gotten into Diamond and don't belong in Diamond because of Dynamic Queue. My take on this is, I don't really care that there's people who are in Diamond 5. To me, it would be the same as if they went onto an online site and they paid for it. And there is a limit on how far someone can be boosted. You can't take a bronze player and drag them into platinum unless people in final no smurfs. Your team is only as good as your worst player. So that one bronze player is basically the anchor that's holding the team down. Eventually the other players are going to get sick of him and they won't want to play with him because they will want to climb further themselves. When you're playing solo queue, you are doing it for yourself. You're doing it so you can get better, so you can make those achievements. Those achievements still mean something. Just because someone cheated or abused the system to get in doesn't mean that your achievement means any less. If someone cheats their way through medical school, okay, and they steal all the answers to all the tests, by the end they'll still have the PhD just like you will, but you will be an actual doctor. You actually belong in a hospital. That other person who relied on Dynamic Queue can't even play a single ranked game without his entire party. Otherwise, he knows he's probably going to lose. And if you ever come across that person in your lane, most likely you'll dumpster him. So what is Riot actually doing to make sure that dynamic queue and solo queue players have a more even playing field? Their basic idea is what they did with duo queue when solo queue existed, which is the enemy team that does not have a pre-made team, their team will have slightly better players than your team, who does have pre-mades. So for example, if your team has, say, 5 gold players, the enemy team might have a gold 3, a gold 2, and then a few gold 4s, but your team has the pre-made team. Now, I don't really know if this approach will work. It might just discourage people from playing dynamic queue altogether, but I do think this change is probably going to stay. What I feel like dynamic queue has basically become, I feel like it's basically become a scapegoat to everyone's anger towards the game. I feel like a lot of people are simply, they're burnt out with League of Legends. They don't want to play anymore. They're sick of the game. And if you are tired of this game, if you don't have fun playing this game anymore, then absolutely, you should quit League of Legends. Absolutely, without a doubt. Not liking a game anymore is one of the best, no, actually, it is the best reason not to play a game anymore. If you legitimately don't find League of Legends any more fun, then don't play. Stop playing, alright? It's not going to be fun for you, it's not going to be fun for your teammates. Just stop playing. Go play Hearthstone, go play Witcher, go play Overwatch. That shit looks so fucking fun. I mean, I haven't played a single game of Overwatch, yet I know every single character's abilities by heart. I mean, God, that fucking game looks fun. Or don't play video games at all. Go play basketball. Go play soccer. Go play with yourself. I don't think really anyone has gotten burnt out playing with themselves. I guess your dick just kind of runs out. It's different, but you know what I mean. I'm still going to play League because, I still love it, I still enjoy it. So that's how bad dynamic queue really is.
Guys, today we're doing a live game commentary brought to you from Wonderful Marvelous Unranked Diamond series. This is a series where we play climbing up the ranks and try and show you really good details on little tips that you can be using and just general ways to be improving as a player and how to really carry these solo queue games that be playing. But right now this account is at gold 3, so that's where we are right now. We're in that mid gold area. Where am I going? I'm going top side. I don't know what I'm doing in my life. Back I go. Am I going to get there in time? Probably not. Yeah, I got here really late. I don't think I'm going to get there in time. I've got 4 seconds, man. I've got 5 seconds. It's 3, 2, 1. I'm late. It's fine. Fashionably late. That's fine. Runes of Masteries, guys. Well, actually, before we get into the Runes of Masteries, I just want to say, okay, so this is our Unranked Diamond series, right? We really want to teach you guys how to be better players. I'm really, honestly, like, I'm very invested into making these videos the best they can be for you, helping you guys become better players.
I know what I'm doing.
I really want you guys to watch these videos and come out here and okay, I'm now a better player watching this, and to really know why you're a better player, and to just really have some, yeah, that's what I really want. And if you don't come at this video thinking like that, then just let me know down below why. Like, just give me comments, give me feedbacks, and I will change it and I'll make these videos the best they can be. That's what I'm really interested in for this series, so please let me know. And we're playing Amumu this game now. Amumu is really good in low elo Sonic Q. He's good in all Sonic Q, honestly, but especially in low elo Sonic Q. And today we're actually going to be doing what I like to call the grenade Amumu. Not standard Amumu, the grenade Amumu. The grenade Amumu is essentially just pretty much full damage Amumu. We're currently going full damage Amumu because Amumu likes to best hybrid build, hybrid AP, tanky build, like rallies and stuff. But we're going to be a lot of damage this game. We're going to be a lot of damage. Right, so this is the grenade Amumu, and the reason why it's called grenade Amumu is because he throw him in and he blows everything up other people, but often but still, that's why I call it grenade Amumu. Runes of Masters, guys, your red is on the hybrid pen or attack speed. Hybrid pen is 3 damage, attack speed helps you clear faster. Masteries go 12, 0, 18, get strength for the ages. You can go Thunderlords, but even on Grenade Amumu, I find that it's better to get strength for the ages so you can then afford to get full damage without actually it being too much squishiness, right? So you just have a little bit extra health, and you clear and stuff like that. You see, I just did a full clear here. Just, well, I normally have to do that. Like, same with you. I'm just going to do a full clear. My tier 2 jungle item. When you get the blue smite, I think blue smite is the best one we do. You can go patches. I wouldn't go red smite, but you can go green smite. Nice. This is patch 611 as well, so now we actually got a buff in this patch, so I don't know. I'm interested to see if anything cool happen there, but probably not. Is there anything else I want to say before we really get underway with the game? I really don't think there is. I will say though that most of these games will be streamed live on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/popshop, so go follow me there. It'll be linked to it in the description down below. Whoops, go follow me there if you want to see these games live. I do not want that on Smart Plus, so there's that. But yeah, one of the reasons why Mumu is so good in low elo is, there's a few reasons. I actually did a video on him talking about this, but one of the reasons why Mumu is so good is because he's tanky. Oh, hello, Lee Sin did my wrong. It's because he's tanky, so it's hard to kind of muck up on him, and it's easy to be the front line, the initiator. And his ultimate is really good for catching people out of position and just like winning to the right by itself. So he's really solid. You'll see as well this game that I don't put a lot of emphasis on doing anything before level 6. I really don't care about doing stuff before level 6 because it's not a Mumu strength. Mumu strength isn't pre-6. His strength is with his ultimate making big plays. So I don't feel that he can do stuff pre-6, but I really don't think that you're playing to his strengths if you decide to do that. So I don't do that. You know, pretty straightforward, obviously. Oh my goodness, is that her? Get in! There it is. Yes, I did just flash smite. Okay, is there anything coming down here? 5 seconds on my end. I really don't want to get grabbed by that. Alright, that was good. I didn't really intend to do a flash smite play, but that's good enough, right? We should have pushed this wave though. Pitchmaker's right, we should be pushing this wave. Because now look at this, it's freezing. So yeah, why is Doom saying no? I should have been pushing as well. So not to, I kind of, I don't know, it was a misplay, honestly. I should have helped him push, but there is the big minion. I'm actually going to put a pink ward down here. This will get a little bit of vision on this side to see if Lee Sin comes in gangster. Lee Sin at this stage of the game is not strong enough, so I don't really want to take fate too much by like putting a pink ward too deep into the river there or something when it won't really work. What I want to do here though, juggling is all about trading objectives, or not necessarily objectives but advantages, right? So if something happens on one side of the map, you want to try and do something on the other side of the map. I don't know where this Annie's where Annie's got it wooded. It looked like she may have actually had it wooded around there, I'm not sure. I think she actually might do.
Not
Lee Sin's
a problem.
around. But be careful, bro. You know Lee Sin's right there, bro. Yasuo, mate. Oh my goodness. Mate. He was...
I know what
Maybe I
I'm
should have picked
doing.
harder or something. Anyway, it's about trading objectives. And what I mean by that, or trading advantages, is that so Lee Sin did something on the bot side of the map, so I'm going to do something on the top side and try to take it to him. It's not a lot, but it's something, right? I take it away from him, and it's something. Anyway, I'm going to get level 6 here, mini probably, there we go. So level 6 of Mumu, pretty cool. Now I can actually start to do stuff properly. Do I want to go for this Darius? Yeah, I'm going to try and sneak into Darius. I don't know whether he's even going to be around to do something, but I'm going to try and do something. I know that, okay, Lee Sin's bot side, and I know this guy's red buff is respawning because of these amazing jungle timers that give me. No, he's not even a drip of sarcasm on that one. So I'm just going to go ahead and take this red buff away. This is my, oh, how did he die? What is going on? He almost got 3 kills. I don't know how that happened, but okay. So we'll take this red buff away because Lee Sin's shot bot side, and you can't even cry all over. It's going to be like a chocolate cake for a recently dumped frat. Not frat, sorority girl, that's what it's called. We don't have frats and sororities in England, so you know, my reference game is a little bit weak on that one, but forgive me, I tried. Let's take what we're gonna do here is put them down to the normal tower. The reason why we're gonna do that is because, well, Annie wasn't there and yes, we're on the bot. So we're kind of just keeping the lanes pushed in, keeping, I don't want to say keeping the pressure up, because it's not really pressure, but it's like, for example, it's somewhat pressure because like if she sees that I'm knocking down her mid lane, she's going to go and defend the mid. She's not going to go bot. She's not going to go and try and be part of that play or anything like that. You know, she's not going to be involved in this play. So good for our team. If I can force her to go somewhere, in this case that would be back to her own lane, so she can't go and make the play. Now in the movie jungle, you want to be maxing on E, and maxing so E, Q double. That's just the max your E, which gives you most damage. Less damage as well. And then Q second because it will use the cooldown because it's the first little bit as well. I don't really want to use my ult here. Like if I can hold off on my ult for a while, that's perfect because it's really good ult. So I want to only use it when I have to. Oh, alright then. I'm so slow! Oh my goodness. Alright, well, that was bad. I was like, I don't know, I thought maybe I could do something there. I was a little bit hung out to dry there, I will just say, but I'm not going to blame anyone because here's the thing, right? So here's the thing. This is in solo queue where I think that the worst thing you can do in this situation is
you can handle me,
what
summoner?
happened here is where I jump in, I try to do something, it doesn't work out. Now, am I in the wrong for making that play? Yes. My smite was enough, I couldn't get that, it was greedy. I did think I could maybe get Lee Sin as well, but I missed my Q, she jumped out and I didn't realise. However, Yasuo, full health, after I just gifted him kill, you know what I mean? We just get a kill in mid. Instead of coming to contest the dragon, he stays and pushes mid on full health. Now, whenever you die in League of Legends, the first thing that you do, if you were to like look over someone's shoulder, the first thing you'd see them do when they die, right, is they do this. Okay? They do that. They look at the nearest person, the nearest ally, and they just look around, you know? It's funny that they do that because it's almost hideously
I know
apparent that they're looking. It's almost like the symbolism is just right. No, it's just disgustingly right there with the fact that they're actually just literally looking around for things to blame. And it's so easy to just say, oh, you know, you should have done this, because your teammates aren't going to play perfectly. It's so easy just to say, like, oh, Yasuo, mate, why did you push that mid out? You're on full health, help us stop the dragon, what are you doing? So easy to say that, and honestly, it's not like it's an unrealistic criticism. But the thing is, like, that criticism doesn't help you in any way, shape, or form. It's absolutely nothing. The only thing it does is it stops me from realising how much I know. Because I'm like, oh mate, Yasuo, what are you doing? It doesn't help. Absolutely. Only that people want to let blame and look at other things because it's hard to take criticism as a person. It just is. That's just the way it is. It's just, if you're human, which I'm pretty sure most of you people are watching this video, it's just hard to accept that you've made a mistake. It's a good flat trait of quality in life, to have humility, to be able to accept and to admit when you've made a mistake. You really can't look around, even if mistakes are made, even if you've got a point, it really doesn't help you in any way, shape or form. It absolutely doesn't. And that's the number one thing that will keep you stuck in the road, is because firstly, if you try and call out other people's mistakes, you're gonna tilt them, you're gonna piss them off, and then that's just gonna make you're gonna argue with each other by itself. And secondly, you're gonna be inheriting the you cannot improve if you're always looking at other people and seeing what they've done wrong. You're not going to improve. You're not going to do it. It's not going to happen. Was that entirely necessary? Mr. Allen. Alright, let's see if I can get this left off here. Okay, we're going to get it again. Decent to play that bot side. I don't know about ultimate up, so that's going to be a bit tough to make a massive play, but not really doing anything, honestly. I don't know. This is a bit of a like. These things should be more aware to secure his buffs when they're up, because he's just lost his jungle for no reason here. Like, he's not achieving anything either. Like, there's nothing really for him to do here. There's no reason for him to be losing his buffs like this. But I do need to be careful. Like, I don't want to fight this. I'm without my ultimate, I certainly don't want to do it. I really don't want to be doing anything here. Moving with his ult up is intensely powerful, but with it down is it's a night and day when your ult's up on your stuff. That is a bad thing in a situation like this when your ult is down. But when your ult is up, it's a really good thing. Like, and this is the later the game goes on, the better it is for you as well, because it means you can pick a fight when you've got your ult up and you know you're gonna win the fight. I've been ignited, but I don't really know the capabilities of that enemy. I'm a bit nervous because I'm really, whenever I see the new Tibbers, I get really nervous. He's bloody strong. I don't understand how it works. You know, people fear what they cannot understand. You know, I'm pretty sure Syndra says that or something as a champion quote. So, do you know what I mean? Right, we should be doing this dragon soon. It's up in 40 seconds. It's going to be a good next objective. I'm actually going to put a pink ward down here. I don't think that pink's going to last very long, but I'm going to put it down anyway. You saw how, by the way, I disappeared into the bush before I put the pink ward down. If I wasn't in the bush, fuck me. If I wasn't in the bush, then they would know that I put the pink down, because they would have seen me do it. They would have seen me do it because the wall spirit would have seen me there, and they would have seen the animation that I cast the wall. So I walked into the bush so that I wouldn't see me. Anyway, I really should be here actually. I've got to, yeah, this is bad. I shouldn't recall here. The thing is, like, I should recall because I've got a lot of gold to spend. Whenever you've got a lot of gold to spend, it really is a waste if you don't spend it. Anyway, let's see. This is why Mumu is so good in this solo queue. If you do stuff like this, jump into the fire, press the button, and pretty much win the team fight just like that. Wasn't all me, but you know, I've got a flash queue up, but do it.